All right.
3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to Dark Zone Junkies, a podcast all about the division. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, is the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas. To my right.
Hey, how's it going?
And to my left, at Sven Moose Cool.
Woo!
Jason couldn't be with us because he's on a date. So, gotta make the wife a priority, he says. That guy doesn't know the priorities when he sees them. I'm just kidding. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Everybody enjoying your weekend?
Doing
good?
pretty
So
good.
far.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Just trying to stay warm.
yeah, it's like really cold where you are. It's cold here too, though. It's like
Adam.
Almost below zero here.
Jesus.
So
Y'all are fucking crazy, man.
Let's see.
Yeah, this morning when I got out of work, it was -12, and that was without the wind chill.
Yeah.
So
Wednesday here, it's supposed to be 1
It's
degree.
32 here currently, right now.
Yeah, because you guys, it cools off at night, and then it warms up a little bit during the day, right? Kind of by you, yeah.
Oh, big time.
Let's look at the highs for Akron, Ohio this week. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is Ohio is ridiculous. Okay, so right now it's pretty cold. Tomorrow the high is 25. Monday the high is 41. Tuesday the high is 23, and then Wednesday the high is 1.
Put a negative in front of that.
Why do you still live in Ohio? Why do you still live in Ohio?
I don't know. That's a good question, Moose. That is a great question that I cannot answer at the moment.
It's not like you have any sports teams or anything to root on.
Oh! Pow, pow, pow.
I haven't read it yet, but have you read that article about the Browns?
Which one?
Oh, there's an article where they're talking about the toxicity of the whole entire team, like the people who run it and everything.
Oh,
like
this happened this was from the middle of this season when they fired our coach. Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was great. So. But you know what? We fired him and we started winning, so that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And then they let that coach go too. So
true that.
Whatever. We did hire our offensive coordinator to be our head coach, though. So we'll see. Goes from being the running backs coach to head coach in a matter of 6 months. So.
Well, it's been a lot of drama with a lot of teams, it seems like, this year.
Yeah.
The Green Bay, the Patriots, the Browns. There's just been talk of hatred between coaches and players and all kinds of fun stuff I don't care about.
Yeah. So, also, the Cavs are 9-40. 9-40. So, yep.
Yeah.
See what happens when you lose the best player in the world. You start losing. So, anyways, boy, Anyways, let's get to what really matters, the division.
Yeah.
I actually played a little bit of the Division 1 this week.
Nice.
Just to, I want to get back into how it feels and how it plays and stuff. And I gotta tell you, man. Jesse, you and I have been playing through Gears of War 4 for Arsenal X Squad Goals, and we've talked about the gameplay mechanics and just how kind of dated they feel compared to because there's been so many good third-person shooters since then. And tell you what, man, Ubisoft can make a good third-person shooter.
Yeah,
because that and Ghost Recon Wildlands both feel really good to play. Getting into cover feels really good. The weapons feel good. The kick on the weapons feels good. Oh, it's so good. So
yeah, I've been going back and forth on whether to just when it's super cheap get Wildlands because I've only played. Oh, okay.
It's $9 right now on Xbox.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah, because I've only
put it all for it.
I've only played the demo, the original demo that came out when it first was being released. But then all I heard was negativity about it, and so I just it was one of those games that just kind of fell to the wayside. But I don't know. I'd just like to try it for myself because I usually don't like to listen to what people say. Because I end up not trying games that I probably would end up liking if I do that. So
yeah,
but I don't know. Because that's $9. I mean, it's not bad at all. So
yeah,
I might give it a shot.
Yeah. So I mean, the Division feels really good. I'm actually like playing more of the Division and watching the new gameplay and the new setting and everything. It's like I'm getting really hyped for the Division. It's almost surpassing Anthem for my most anticipated game. Almost. They're like, it's close.
Neck and neck.
You know?
Yeah.
And like I've also been playing a lot of Destiny too, just to like I'm trying to get back in the groove of what I kind of like from all these games, because I'm sure we're going to have that discussion at some point once all three of these games are out. Well, Anthem and the Division, and then whatever the season of the Drifter, I think, is what's coming next for Destiny. So like Division feels really good, man. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I want to shoot guys. I want to get cool loot. I want to, whatever else we get to do in that game. So
yeah, I've been watching a lot of the gameplay and stuff like that too, and it just it looks so good.
Yeah, they've been putting out like live streams and gameplay videos and stuff. I'm excited. Nice. I'm excited to see like how they mapped out Washington and what's different. Like because they say a lot of the landmarks are really overgrown with foliage and stuff, and I want to see how all that looks. I bet there's a puzzle at the Lincoln Memorial, and you get a sweet gun. I bet the gun's called Honest Abe. It's like
that would be like too. Like that would be too easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it'd be awesome. It'd be like this awesome. It'd be like this awesome marksman rifle. Yeah.
What are you talking about? It needs to be a pistol. Hey-o.
And it's like an exotic, and it does like if you do like headshot damage, it just explodes. Or like you just hear like people cheering like they're at a theater or whatever.
Yeah, it's a two
like
shot. It's like two shot, and it instantly explodes the head, and you get a headshot. Oh Jesus, that's terrible.
Like what is it? The birthday thing for the grunts or whatever in Halo. When you do a headshot or whatever, the confetti flies and you hear a cheering noise.
Yeah. You know what else would be cool? If you get like 100 headshots with that pistol, you unlock a top hat to wear.
That would be cool.
Be awesome.
See, that would be cool.
Look at us. Look at us designing games.
Ubisoft, we write it for you.
Oh man, maybe Cyborg Lincoln will be a enemy in one of the dark zones.
He'll shoot down.
And then as you're fighting him, Cyborg is what's his name? The guy who killed him, John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah,
comes out of nowhere and kills Lincoln.
He's just got turrets for arms.
Yeah, and then you have to chase him down. It becomes a whole quest. Look at us designing games.
First DLC in the bag.
Oh man! All right, let's get to some of this news. There is actually quite a bit of Division news. We're gonna talk about two news stories here, and then we're gonna get into some of these skills that they kind of released as you'll be playing the game. So, Moose, I know you're gonna scoff at this one, but here we go. The Division 2 Xbox One bundles surface online. 2 unreleased Xbox One S bundles have surfaced online, pairing the console with Anthem and Division 2. Note, Microsoft has marketing deals with both of these games, so that's probably why. Microsoft is seemingly cooking up 2 Xbox One bundles for the weeks ahead, Tied to some of 2019's top titles, alleged images of unreleased Xbox One S units have surfaced online, themed around upcoming role-playing multiplayer shooters Anthem and Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Anthem and Tom Clancy's The Division 2 bundles will be 1 terabyte consoles, 1 controller, and a redeemable code for its top-tier, quote, Legion of Dawn edition for Anthem. So they'll run at $299 price point, which is the cost of a 1 terabyte Xbox One S console. So basically you're getting those games for free. So if you haven't bought a console already that can play these 2 games, there you go.
What I really want is I want a custom controller for both games.
Yeah.
Like if there's one thing that I love seeing when Xbox announces something, it's when they come out with a themed controller on the games. Yeah, I still have my Titanfall one that I love, and I still kick myself every day that I didn't get the Sea of Thieves one, because those are still like $300 to buy them on eBay.
Yeah.
God, it sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, those things are so amazing. They're so amazing looking.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised they haven't come out with one in a while.
I have a feeling that as they get closer to release, they'll announce it. They've got a lot to announce, I feel. Maybe not announce, but to share. And they're a little ways out, so I feel the console bundles for Division 2 and Anthem is not surprising. Well, for Xbox, but I could see like a controller happening. Like, hey, here's a controller that you can get, that's customized if you like Division 2. And, I think that'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they really... Because the only thing I worry about is I think looking back, they've really only done controllers, though, for their own IP, though, haven't they? Or I'm trying to think. Have they done...
Titanfall is not their IP.
Well, the original one was an exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah, but it was still published by EA. So let's see. They've done Tomb Raider ones. They've done two Tomb Raider ones, and they I know they've done. I know they did 2 really ugly Halo ones. The Gears of War one's pretty cool looking.
Yeah,
but
those.
They haven't really done any. I know PlayStation did the Call of Duty one.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that one with the orange sticks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then did they do one for Spider-Man? I forget.
Yeah, they did that.
Or was it just included?
It was part of the bundle. I don't think it was separate. I don't think it was separate.
They also had that really pretty like gray blue one for Uncharted.
Oh, yes, which I have. Yes.
Yeah. That controller was really cool.
In fact, I was using it to play earlier when I platinumed Far Cry 5. Woo woo.
Woo. Congratulations on your platinum moves.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
That game is. I watched a little bit of your guys' gameplays. That game is
it's crazy fun. Chaos, man. It's so much fun. I can't wait for New Dawn. So I'm ready for that. Far Cry 5 will be on the. I won't touch that unless Jason wants someone to run around with and help. But I'm pretty much done with the game. So. Yeah,
that's the thing. I still need to finish Red Dead. I've got like so many like open world games that are coming out or that I still need to finish. It's like I love that game, but I should probably be playing some of those.
Yeah, I made the really dumb decision to start Assassin's Creed Odyssey today. So with all these great games that are coming out, I decided to start the longest game in the history of games. So. That's not true. I think The Witcher probably beats it by
a mile,
100 hours or so.
By a country mile.
Yeah. So. But if you are looking for an Xbox One S, which also wouldn't really recommend you buying that, and if you're gonna buy an Xbox at this point, you might as well just get an X. But I would say, this is a console you get for kids or whatever, but they're not playing the Division 2 or Anthem. Just throw that way. So, all right, we're going to go on to this next story here. The Division 2 is getting a private beta confirmed for early next month. Let's see. Ubisoft has announced the Division 2's private beta, a playable trial of the upcoming third-person shooter available to all who pre-order the game. Set to take place on February 7th until the 11th, which is probably I think that's the week before Anthem comes out for EA Access members. So you'll have the opportunity to experience the opening parts of the game alongside learning a little bit more about its world, factions, and more. The game's 3 factions have also been revealed, and you can read a little bit more of the information below. True Sons, a paramilitary force that relies on combat expertise and overwhelming firepower to dominate their enemies and expand their territory. Smart and organized, the True Sons are led by their former JTF officer whose ruthlessness and cunning make him a dangerous adversary. Also down here, the Hyenas, a loosely organized gang of opportunistic raiders that prey on struggling civilian encampments. These scavengers take everything they can and steal and destroy everything else to deprive their enemies of valuable resources. The Hyenas are led by a council of the strongest pack leaders. And the Outcasts, bitter survivors of a forced quarantine bent on ravage against those who brutally imprisoned them, and the society that stood by and let it happen. Their charismatic, bloodthirsty leader believes everyone is complicit and urges her followers to punish the guilty by spreading sickness and murdering indiscriminately. So, can't wait to play the beta. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than Anthem's.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure the first day it will be a little rocky because it's an online based game, but
yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do trust Ubisoft because their online infrastructure has been set in place for a while with the Division, and then Rainbow Six and For Honor and Ghost Recon. They have enough games that require a lot of online experience, so I do have to give it to BioWare because this is kind of like their first online game. And to be honest, how many times have I complained about Madden servers on all of our shows? So EA isn't exactly the most reliable on server side.
Yeah, but the one thing I'll give them though is that they actually at least do the whole server stuff instead of because it still makes me mad every single day that now Call of Duty has got a game that has 100 people in a match and they still don't have fully dedicated servers. Yeah. It's such bullshit.
I still can't believe that Call of Duty does not have dedicated servers.
They're just fucking cheap asses.
Fair, that's a fair assessment. Moose, are you going to be playing the beta?
It depends on what you have to do to get it. To be honest, I'm going to get the game, so I'll probably
just to pre-order the game.
Nope. Unless they do a code for VIP people, or hey, give a code to your friend like they did with Anthem.
Yeah.
I will probably not buy the beta. Because I'm not the one buying it, but I'll have access to it. So if said person buys it before it comes out and before the beta comes out, then yeah, I'll play the beta. But if not, then I'll just wait for release. So.
Yeah, usually when you get codes for games, they'll give you multiple because they want you to give codes away to friends.
To your friends to coerce them into playing with you. Yeah, to buy the game. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a sound practice. That's why not? So
yeah.
It'll be good to see what they did, because I played the beta of Division 1 and enjoyed it tremendously. I played the hell out of it. I played it in the pre-order beta, and then they had the open beta. I played the open beta, so I played the closed, the open, and I was ready to rock and roll when the game came out. So I don't know. If I have access to it, I'll play the beta. If not, I'll just wait till the game releases. So, because it's not like the initial Division where I was like, do I want to play this? I was Like this one, I know. Yes, I want to play Division 2 because I enjoyed one. I'm looking forward to their refinements on their mechanics and all that stuff. So,
yeah.
Are you guys? Did you guys pre-order it yet? Are you pre-ordering it? Or
I'm probably going to as soon as I, get paid, because like I had to pay off Anthem, and then obviously bills and baby, and just surviving in real life, let alone in a video game. Kind of, car payments due and rents due, and all that stuff, all the real life
you need to
stuff.
put that baby to work. Child labor. What?
I know she's 6 months. She's 6 months old now. She can work.
Yeah, exactly.
She can almost stand by herself.
She can smile. She can model.
You know what? Yeah.
She can be a greeter at Walmart.
She's cute as heck, man. All the Instagram pictures, I'm like, she could be a model.
Yeah. I know. The one like my wife took this one the other day. That was super cute. But you can check it out on my Instagram at instagram.com/CoreyandHD if you want to check out more pictures of food and my baby. and some video game stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
Maybe just a smidge.
Maybe. Yeah. So, all right. We're going to get into the main topic of our show, which are skills. Division 2 has revealed their skills and how they differentiate from the Division 1. So, each skill has a kind of a sub-skill underneath that obviously you can change out from time to time. So, we're going to start with the Pulse. Remember the Pulse from Division 1? It works a little bit differently in the Division 2. There are no damage boosts, so no critical hit chance. It does come in 3 variants, which can be accessed by any specialization. The scanner, quite simply, you can scan for enemies, and they'll be displayed on your HUD, making them easier for you and your team to find. The remote scanner, it's a variant on the regular scanner, except that you can throw it, and it'll pulse every few seconds. However, it can be destroyed by hostile NPCs if found. So that's cool. Like, if you're behind cover, throw it around the wall to see where enemies are at. That's a cool skill. Jammer. The Jammer sends out an EMP pulse that will destroy or disable other skill objects and devices in the area. So this is probably something people are going to use a lot in the Dark Zone or PvP in general. So
it'll help destroy enemy turrets or healing stations.
Yeah. So I like the pulse in the first game.
I liked it too, until I got the. Well, actually, no, I used it in the turret, so yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, because you could use 2 in the first game, right? Two skills.
As far as I remember, yeah.
And then you can kind of alter them as you saw fit as you progressed. So
yes,
yeah. The Chem Launcher is our next skill. A grenade launcher inspired weapon that fires various ampules of chemicals. Ampules, that's a weird word. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Somebody will correct me. It's fine. Chemicals in an arc. The chemicals disperse in a cloud on impact and linger to cause unique and devastating effects. When equipped, players can choose between 4 different chemical charges. The first one is a fire starter. The fire starter canister sends out flammable, near-invisible gas. These gas clouds can be ignited with any spark, bullet impacts, enemy firing their weapons inside the cloud, explosions, or even enemies running into them while on fire. If you combine multiple clouds over a large area, you can create a devastating chain of reactions. Sounds like a good time. Set everyone on fire. Let's
I think that was one of the main builds for the turret build.
Yeah.
In Division 1 was having the flamethrower turret because it would just melt people.
Yeah.
So
there was that one, the shocking one, and and the regular one or whatever.
Yeah, just the regular bullets. Yeah.
So, the second is the Riot Foam. This skill fires a canister with riot control foam that disperses on impact. This is the same Riot Foam as you have seen the True Sons use in the E3 demo. The foam is sticky, heavy, and expands rapidly. Anyone affected by the foam is stuck in place for a period of time, but the hardened foam can be destroyed to break them free. So
That's kind of cool.
yeah, you can kind of freeze your enemies. Kind of almost sounds like that cement mechanic that you get in Infamous Second Son, where you blast them with like that rock formation or whatever. Sounds cool. That was a good game, by the way. I think it's one of the most underrated titles on PS4.
I agree. I think a lot of people hate it just because of the previous two. But then, like, I never played the first two, so when I played it, I was like, oh, this game's awesome. I mean, granted, story ain't the best in the world, but it's definitely not as shitty as a lot of people argue it to be.
Yeah.
So.
I think
well,
and
I've experienced the complete opposite. Like anytime anyone is suggested a game that is a must-have, like for PlayStation, it was always that game. Yeah. Like I don't know. Just a lot of people have, and that was during the time too, because there was a big debate during the time when that came out. Like, people would be like, oh, like, what's better, either that or Sunset Overdrive? And there was like always this big fight between the two, like which one was the better game, and because they were compared for what, just because there was minor similarities to them, but just the way you moved around.
They are both great games.
Yeah, which is fine, because that means PlayStation has their kind of game like that you can play, and Xbox had their kind of game like that you could play.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not
great games. The Oxidizer. The Oxidizer fires a canister that emits a cloud of corrosive chemicals. The chemical cloud lingers for a long time and efficiently eats away at enemy armor or any mechanical items. So. That sounds like something you want to use if somebody has like a riot shield or some sort of like turret. Like, it'll probably melt turrets or whatever. So
sit there, fire it, and duck back behind cover till they find you, and let it just eat away at their armor. So you kind of use it as to soften up the enemy before you take them on. That'd be pretty smart too. It could be a viable tactic.
The last is the Reinforcer. The Reinforcer fires a projectile that detonates and disperses an armor repairing cloud. If this powder hits you or your teammates, it restores a small amount to your armor. Powders that stick on the ground grant armor restoration over time. If you have the ability to heal your friends very fast, or even yourself over time. So sounds like a good support class thing. So.
Yeah.
All right, the next skill, the drone. The drone, drones hover around your shoulder and follow you around. Depending on the drone, it will remain a passive follower until assigned an order. It can also automatically target enemies and even friends in some cases. There are 5 different categories of drones. The first drone is the Striker. As suggested by the name, this is an offensive version of the drone. Built for combat, the Striker possesses a turret that inflicts continuous damage upon its targets. The drone can receive remote orders from its controller to attack specific targets. So, little helper guy, kind of like the kind of reminds me of that turret, or that kind of turret in Borderlands. What was the class then? The in
Commando.
Borderlands 2? No, in Borderlands 2 that had the little robot guy that follows you around. The
Necromancer.
Yeah, that one. That was cool. I used that class in Borderlands 2. Defender. The Defender is a defensive drone that protects its owner by utilizing an experimental directed emitter. It deflects incoming bullets with microwave bursts, creating an invisible barrier. However, each bullet deflected greatly drains the battery, and it is incapable of defending itself from enemy fire. It can, however, be ordered to guard friends or other friendly skill items. So, cool.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, I was wondering how they were going to do the whole drone thing, like if it was going to be a skill or not. Yeah. That explains it.
The Tactician drone is built for intel. This utility drone flies to maximum elevation at a location of your choosing and spots all hostiles it can see, effectively highlighting their location. This sounds like the drone from Ghost Recon, to be honest with you. When deployed, it gives you and your party continuous information about the positioning of your enemies within your area. This is the specialist skill for the sharpshooter specialization only. So, interesting. So this is an in-game drone that sharpshooters will use, apparently. So that's not for me. Oh, man. Jesse knows how great I am at shooting things. Oh, man, I should just stop playing shooters. It's terrible.
Nah.
Nah.
As long as you're having fun, have fun.
Yeah.
I do like to have fun. The Bombardier. This drone can perform a bombing run across a long area. The drone flies into an area designated by the player and drops a barrage of explosives at its strafes as it strafes from one end to the zone to the other. So pretty basic bomb dropping drone. So that's cool.
Nice.
The Fixer is the last drone. This defensive drone repairs armor over time. You can choose whether you want it to fly next to you and passively repair your armor, or choose a friendly target whose armor needs repairing. So that's cool.
This makes it all sound very, very much like an RPG.
Yeah.
Just like, like back in the day of the, like, should I heal my friend? Throw a potion at your friend, heal him, jump back.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, the next skill is the Hive. There seems to be 4 types of Hive. The Hive is a group of advanced micro drones that deliver special effects to their targets. Place or throw the Hive, and it will affect targets within its radius. Most Hive categories are used primarily for defensive, but there are also offensive alternates. So, the Stinger micro drones swarm hostile targets and that enter their range, inflicting damage and targeting weak spots, destroying them efficiently. The Restorer. When the Restorer detects missing armor on a friendly agent in its range, it deploys micro repair drones towards that agent. On impact, the amount of armor is repaired. The Booster sends out microwave drones per friendly player that administers stimulants to increase combat efficiency, boosting weapon handling, movement, and other physical capabilities of an agent. That sounds cool. And then the Reviver. When deployed, the Reviver Hive can revive allies with specific radius on the ground. If any of your downed allies are within the range of your Reviver Hive, you can manually order a set of micro drones to revive them. However, you can also press and hold the button to charge up the micro drones. The longer you hold the button, the more health and armor your allies. The more health and armor your ally revives with. So that sounds like a cool support class drone or Hive.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cool mix of skills so far.
It'll be interesting to see if you can use 2 of the whatever, like you could in one, and just have a nice blanket coverage if you have a squad of 3 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. Because I think, memory serves me correctly, my character right now is running with the turret and charge station, the Hell station. Because I think the people I usually run with have the pulse, so I don't need to use the pulse. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll be support. Run around with the turret, give us some cover, and throw down the healing if we're hitting some heavies. I mean, that'd be pretty cool to see how you can layer your abilities with your squad mates to be able to make yourselves more survivable. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be definitely interesting. I'm excited to mess with that.
Yeah, that's one thing that I kind of hope that they make all those, remember, you had your skill things, those, you had your turret and all that, but then you had those, that page of just all these different kinds of skills that you would unlock as you're unlocking parts of each area. Building area. Yeah. And I feel like most of those were I didn't even use or were just useless. I kind of hope that they maybe shrink it down, but maybe have multiple. Well, have multiple things kind of bundled into one thing, to make it more worth. Hey, maybe I should try this. these classes or whatever, these skills with my character and mix them for this group of people that I'm playing with, or like, because I just feel like a lot of that stuff just seemed very like just not very useful. Like it just wasn't anything worth spending the slot on. I kind of hope that they change that in this one and maybe shrink it down to less, but make them all like something worth trying to use out, in certain situations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more skills here. The Seeker Mine, a spherical self-propelled ordnance delivery devices will return, but with more features and abilities. The mines use sensors which target hostiles or friendlies as needed to perform various effects. Seeker Mines can be activated by dropping or throwing. Each category offers something new to agents in the Division 2. So we have the explosive. This classic Seeker Mine chases the target designated by the owner and detonates with a staggering explosion. However, it can be avoided as there's a slight arming timer before it explodes. So this is pretty much the same one from the Division 1. Chase down your enemies and boom. The air burst. This mine rolls to your designated area and then launches an explosive burst into the air at head height of the enemy when reaching proximity. So, the Mender, similar to the Reinforcer Chem Launcher, this friendly Seeker Mine releases repair chemicals. These chemicals form a cloud that repairs your armor or that of an ally. If you do not choose a specific target, for the Mender Seeker Mine, allies that lose all their armor are automatically targeted by the mine. This is a specialist skill for the survivalist specialization only.
Okay,
that's cool. That's kind of like the healing mine in Borderlands 2 for Maya. She would have, like, you could phase lock not mine, but you could phase lock someone and then it would steal health from the enemy that was phase locked and send it to whoever, like everybody if they needed it. If you sucked that bad, sometimes we did, or it would just be like a specific person. So that's pretty cool. That'll be awesome to have. So,
well, and I'm guessing that will be like, because you remember in the first game there was named enemies who basically had those skills as well. So that will basically be like if the named enemy has the one that shoots the gas bomb that destroys your shield, well then you can use that to repair the damage from that the acid blast thing or whatever. So like, because I'm guessing they're gonna probably do that again in this one, where the named enemies will have those skills every once in a while. Because I remember the Seeker Mines for sure were something that were used a lot in the first one by named enemies in the end there. So yeah, it'd be kind of nice just to balance it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The last Seeker Mine here we're going to talk about is the Cluster. The Cluster contains a number of smaller charges in one package, each capable of propelling itself. When deployed, each of the smaller mines picks a target and sets off towards it. However, these smaller mines are easier to avoid as they do not have the room for advanced tracking equipment and cannot adjust their destination if their target moves. So, sounds like you'll be using this if you are going up against a big group of enemies who are hiding and not moving. So it's cool though. It's kind of like the wolf head rounds from Destiny. If you got a rocket launcher with the wolf head rounds, and they just like once the rocket exploded in that game, it let off a bunch of little mini rockets that track the enemies. So
nice.
But the last skill, but not least, is the turret. The turret is a compact, self-unfolding device, which is back for the Division 2. It tracks and shoots designated targets that can be placed next to or thrown a short distance. There's the assault turret, similar to the striker drone. This skill is designed with offensive players in mind. Basically, it'll just shoot. It basically just shoots your target in a 360-degree rotational capacity. So the second turret is the incinerator. If you enjoy crowd control, this skill is for you. Equipped with an incendiary tank, the incinerator ignites fuel and fires it in a cone to deal area of effect damage. This turret can be toggled on or off when deployed. Basically a flamethrowing turret is pretty good. The artillery turret is specialized deployable that launches exploding ordnances at locations of your choice. Once firing once per press, shells are launched in an arc at the target position. This is a specialist skill for the demolitionist.
Nice.
That sounds kind of cool. It almost sounds like that the Colossus javelin and Anthem with the mini nuke launcher.
Yeah,
which is cool. And then the sniper turret. This long-range semi-automatic turret targets the same enemy you are engaging. While there is a slight delay on the target acquisition, the sniper can adjust its aim to match your own and aim on the target. So that's cool.
The turret in the game has always reminded me of Perfect Darks. You know, the that's like a suitcase, and then you throw it, and it turns into a turret. Gun? Yeah, the laptop. I mean, yeah, the laptop gun. Because you remember you could turn it into a turret, and it looks almost exactly like the turret and Division when it folds into it.
Yeah,
it's always reminded me of that game, the turret and Division.
Yeah.
So there is one more skill called the Firefly, which was revealed, but they haven't revealed what it does yet. So we'll probably talk about that on a different episode. But those are our skills for the Division 2. I'm pretty excited to try out some of these. I want to try some of these chem launchers. The Firestarter sounds cool, and I'm probably gonna use a drone too because I need all the assistance I can get. I'm not gonna lie. So,
could you imagine running a turret and the drone?
Oh, that'd be cool, though. I mean, if you're confident enough that you're not going to get shot, I mean, why not? You know.
Well, and I wonder if you can on the fly, you could have it attacking or healing. Well, no, that's right. It's like each drone, like there's one that's just for healing, right?
Yeah.
One that like can heal.
It sounds like something you're gonna have to change in a settings menu almost.
Yeah.
So.
Because it might heal and protect because they said it could heal and protect your other skills like the turret and stuff like that to make it last longer.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool, even as just doing something like that.
Yeah. So those are all the skills. I'm probably I wanted to talk about some of the specializations, but there's not like a lot of information on those yet. I mean, there is, but I want to get more information before we talk about that. And I know that they're going to release some videos this coming week, so we'll probably talk about it next week or the week after. But survivalist it sounds like the healer, which probably something I'm going to be looking at. Because I know I can heal people. It's one thing I know I can do. So that's why I like to watch so much, because I just play Lucio all the time.
Did you guys watch that video about the Dark Zone at all?
Yeah, yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
I'm trying to stay in the dark as much as I can about the Division 2, except what we talk about on the show.
Moose is in his own little dark zone.
I am in my own little dark zone because I just want to be surprised. I just want to get in there and be like, oh, that's awesome, and not be like, I've seen this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just want to.
Well, for me, it's just like the only thing that I think is kind of unique is just the way that they're trying to combat people camping spawns in them. Is they just basically they're putting up turrets that will lock on people. Like if you're a rogue, it will lock on you and it will just start shooting you until you're dead.
Nice.
You remember the turrets in the final round of the first one, before you go against that helicopter, there's all those turrets that are around, and they basically will like kill you like instantly. Well, there's basically a couple of those at the entryways to the dark zones. And so then that way, if people try to camp those spawns, those things will just take people out that try to camp and just kill people as they're spawning in. So
yeah,
it's interesting, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how that's if they keep it that way or what. But
yeah. Well, anybody have anything else to say about the division before we get out of here for this week?
Nope.
All right.
I think that's it. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but it's like I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now that.
I mean, to be fair, we still have like 6 weeks to fill, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, and I'm sure we'll get more too.
Yeah.
Pretty soon here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching Dark Zone Junkies this week. Remember, you can download us every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time on your podcast service of choice, or watch us on our very own YouTube channel. You can go there and watch breakouts and the whole show and some gameplay of, well, right now, the Division 1. And then, obviously, the Division 2. We will be uploading stuff like that. So, you should come subscribe. It'll be a good time. Promise you. It's going to be a good time. But anyways, you can find all of our content on ngrradio.com. If you are into other games as a service like Destiny or Anthem, you should check out Tower Casuals or Javelins for Hire, our podcast for those two games. You should also check out Nerds Gone Platinum, our PlayStation podcast, Arsenal X, our Xbox podcast. If you're into Nintendo, we have a Nintendo show called Nintendo Power Block you should check out. And, of course, Nerds Gone Rogue, our flagship show of the Nerds Gone Rogue network, I guess we are now, since there's so many things going on. But anyways, you can check out all of our content on ngrradio.com. And until next time, we love you.
Bye.
Bye, party people. On off, which I still might do.
Which is about the 15th.
Yeah, I've got a month. I've got like a little under a month to
Good night.
decide on that. Well, 2 weeks I think. But still, never mind. So it's well under a month.
Yeah. All right. Pull up these notes real quick, and then we can start.
I got Jason's like, I'm on a date. Lazy motherfucker.
Doesn't want to show up, jerk.
He's been having back issues, so cut him some
Does that
slack.
prevent words from coming out of his mouth, Moose?
You know what? No.
Okay. Last time I checked, this does not affect this.
Well, although if you're sitting wrong, it kind of does.
No.
Because he was like, I can't sit here for he's like, I can't sit for more than 15 minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, stand. Okay.
Well, if you
Skype
get
on
that
your
kind
phone
of
and
pain
walk
where
around.
all you can do is think about the pain and you can't like
Yeah.
concentrate.
Yeah, so he's hoping that something, more physical therapy. And he was talking about, I think, weight loss. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, that'll help you. That'll probably help your back. Strengthening. If you actually I shouldn't say actually. If he goes to, I need to actually go to the gym. But if he goes to the gym and just does some like core strengthening, his back will probably be a lot better.
Yeah.
So,
Dude,
I don't know.
I'm pretty excited. I've lost 18 pounds this year.
Congratulations. Wait, so far?
Yeah.
January? Nice.
Since January 3rd.
Congratulations, man.
Pretty excited.
What, are you almost to your goal, or you got a little
No.
bit of ways to go? Like, what's your goal?
My first goal is 50 pounds.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Wait, for the year or in total? Because I know you were doing some weight loss before. Like last year, you were doing some.
Yeah, I was, and then I stopped, and then I gained it back because it's super easy when you're like munching on food you're not supposed to be.
That's true. I know that problem.
So
yeah, I'm there too because I like working third shift. It's so easy to buy just cheap garbage food and eat it at work.
Oh yeah.
Instead of actually eating healthy, and that's my problem. My
like
wife is starting to get healthier food, and so I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Just because it's not fair if I'm eating shit and she's trying to eat healthy too. So
yeah, Saturday.
It just benefits everybody.
Yeah.
If you both eat healthier, anyways, you know. You're around longer for the kids, anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday is like the day that I give myself to eat something garbagey because like Saturday is like my weight check-in day, and I'll just weigh myself on Saturday morning and then eat like crap the rest of the day, and then I'll start fresh on Sunday. Not like crap, but I'll give myself like a meal. Like tonight I made some fajita tacos, and I had some crunchy taco shells, which are like
no.
Yeah. So and I had like 7 of them because I had to use the rest of the taco shells.
You're like, Miles just have 7.
Well, I'm not going to leave 2 shells in the box. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's better. That's better than my dad like eating a dozen donuts because he's like, "Well, am I going to leave 5 donuts in the box?"
Oh, man. I did have the option.
They're just going to dry out.
Better, man.
Well, here's the thing. My wife bought like these wheat tortillas.
Uh-huh.
And I had to like move them out of the way to get to the regular taco shells, which just makes it even worse.
Oh, that's the best.
Have you ever had cauliflower crust for pizza?
No, I've never had that.
It's there if you find the right kind, it's actually not that bad at all.
You know what?
Like
I think you're lying because that's what a lot of people say, and it ends up being just as bad.
Yeah, but you're talking to someone who doesn't care how healthy I eat, and I honestly thought it was good, man. But it depends on who makes it, though. So
Fair. You know what? That's fair.
And I went to East Coast Wings, which is a wings place, and had 15 boneless wings and basket of fries because I didn't eat anything all day. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this.
Oh man, dude, at work, like just driving around all day and you get bored, so you just eat because you're bored, and it's like, oh boy.
Mm-hmm. You need healthy snacks. You need a little cooler, throw some veggies in there, some fruit, and you're good to go.
Well, that's what I started doing.
I always eat green beans.
Green beans are
good.
Ooh,
green beans would be good. Yeah. Or snap peas, snow peas. Snow peas are good.
Yeah, nice crunchy.
Yeah.
It kind of replaces like eating chips and stuff like that.
Yes. Replace them chips because chips ain't good for you.
You can get them in like a 5-pound bag of them.
Yes, you can.
All right, here we go.
All right.
3, 2, 1.